Good day, sir. I am Rapsio Maya, and 44 students, um, and I am going to discuss to you my topic, which is Dignitatis Humanae. First, for the quick introduction, Dignitatis Humanae, the Declaration on Religious Freedom, was promulgated by the Second Vatican Council on December 7, 1965. This pivotal document addresses the fundamental rights of individuals, particularly regarding freedom of conscience and religion. It marked a significant shift in Catholic Church approach to religious liberty, emphasizing the dignity of human person as a central tenet of faith and practices. This declaration daw, sir, is relevant sa mga religious practices kay naga-impose siya og religious freedom kay sa una ra ba is hectic or strict ang mga religious leader, no? Then naga-impose po ni siya sa mga dili po religious, which is para po na po sila freedom to para mupili, di ba? Para sa karon murag daghanay mga dili ra ba religious or dili nagatuog mga higher entity, just like mga mga katong digid mga to bitaw. Next, we have key themes and content. First content or key themes is human dignity. This refer as at the core of Dignitatis Humanae is affirmation that every human being possesses inherent dignity. Kada human gyud daw na ay magumpos gyud og dignidad, di ba? Which must respected and protected, which is true. Dapat protektahan og irespeto ang each dignidad. This dignity is stemmed from being created in image of God, because we religious know nga this dignity is created from God. Then if created from God, we should respect and protect. Then religious freedom. The next key themes is the religious freedom. The document asserts that religious freedom is a fundamental human rights, which is true pod, no? Nga every religious freedom is fundamental in human rights. Kay isa po naman niya sa atong needs, sa isa po niya sa part sa Maslow hierarchy of needs, which importante gud sa usa ka tawo, di ba? It emphasizes that individuals should be free to seek truth and practice their faith without coercion. No, is it tinod gud nga we humans, we need to seek spiritual beliefs or spiritual needs sa atong kinabuhi, di ba? If we are down, if we are ang daghan tay problema, one of the reason nga ma-cope up nato na siya is through spiritual needs, through seeking God, through seeking our faith or testing our faith, di ba? Mao nang ma-cope up nato na ato ang mga problema, one of the reason, di ba? Without coercion, no? Like, dapat naman ang freedom, diba? Freedom of respect sa ato. Then, highlighting the importance of internal conviction over external impulsion. Pangkatulo, we have rule of the state. The declaration discusses the relationship between churches and the state, advocating the separation of that respect the autonomy of both. Mao nang yung separation sa state of churches. Kung unsay nasa churches, di makialam ang state. Kung unsay nasa state, di makialam ang churches. Pero abide by the law gyapon ang ilahang mga ginabuhat. Kumbaga, so though separate naman ang churches og state, naanay buhaton nga illegal ang church. That's dili gyapon dapat ano gyapon sila sa law mo practice gyapon ang ilahang kuan. Next, truth and conscience. Dignitatis Humanae stresses the importance of conscience as the ultimate guide for individual in matter of faith. While the document acknowledges the existence of objective truth, it also emphasizes that individual must be free to pursue this truth through their own reasons exploration. This nagpasabot lang ni siya nga we from the start natay freedom, di ba? So that freedom mag-lead na to seek the truth, di ba? Like pangitaon yun na to kung aha ta padulong no hangtod sa ma-testify na to or makuha na to tong self nga mao gini tinuod, di ba? True bay kung true evidence based kumbaga pod kay murag mas kuan na ba ang evidence based mas leak on kumbaga. Just like for nursing, we have abide by evidence-based practices. Kay we are dealing with humans, we are dealing with human lives. So dapat nanay mga ebidensya ana nga tinuod na siya o makatabang gyud na siya sa tao, no? Next we have ecumenism and interfaith relation. The declaration encourages dialogue among different faiths, promoting mutual respect and understanding as a means of fostering peace and coexisting in pluralistic world. Kay kumbaga sa una ra ba kay ana ka grabe kayo ka init sa usag-usa ang mga religion, just like katong nangahitabo sa una nga ang Islam o ang Christianity nag-away, di ba? Mao nang gi-impose nila karon nga dapat kanang balik ta sa pinakauna nga naay freedom of respect, no? Di gyud na mawala each religion kay aron lang ba walay kuan bitaw respect lang kung unsay imong ginatuuhan diha mao po ni sa amo o kay ni respect man sa inyo dapat respetuhan po nimo ang amo bitaw kay kung unsay gihatag nimo dapat bitaw. Next, for the analysis, Dignitatis Humanae represent a transformative moment in Catholic teaching, reflecting a more modern understanding of individual rights and freedom. Mao na gining ginakuan nila sa nagkataas ang katuig, nagka-modern ta nga nagka-modern, dili lang sa religion ang freedom of rights or respect ang ginaikuan ra ba sa tanan aspect sa kinabuhi. Kay dili ra ba lahi ra biya sa una nga wa kayo freedom, wa kayo rights, no? Example ang mga babae sa una dili kayo wa kayo rights nga matrabaho naragid sa balay. Mao nang nagkataas ang tuig, nagka-modern ta karon, mao ginailangan pahiwatig ng rights. By grounding religion, liberty, and inherent dignity of the person, the document aligned with broader human rights discourses that emerges in the 20th century. This shift not only responds to historical context of persecution and oppression but also seeks to engage diverse global society. Critically, while the Declaration emphasizes freedom, it also acknowledges the responsibility that comes within it. The Church calls for individuals to seek truth genuinely and encourage them to respect the rights of others in the pursuit of belief. This duality of freedom and responsibility is essential for fostering a peaceful coexistence among differing faith tradition. However, the reception of Dignitatis Humanae was not being universally accepted. Some traditionalists within the church expresses concerns that the declaration of the dilute the truth claims of the Catholic faith, leading to relativism. In contrast, many progressives see it as a necessary evolution that aligns the church with the contemporary values of human rights. no bisan pag naa siya ay kuana siya ay pro, nagyagyapon na siya ay cons, which is some of religious practices kay matawag din siya relativism. Kay although gihatagan nimo siya og rights or respect lagi, no, kay sa una lagi dili dapat ang state ana gyud no may mag-una gyud siya, ay ang church mag-una gyud na siya, mao nang na kuan siguro lang ego ka dili na kasi sila ang head, di ba? Mao tong kay basig makuhaan siguro sila og mga members kay ginasik naman nila ang laing belief or ginasik nila ang truth. Then conclusion, Dignitatis Humanae stands for landmark document in a Catholic church history articulating a robust vision of religious freedom rooted in human dignity. By affirming the rights of individuals to explore and practice their faith freely, the Declaration promotes a more humane and just society. Its theme continued to resonate in today's discussion on religious liberty, human rights, and interfaith dialogue, demonstrating its lasting impact on both the church and the wider world. As societies grapple with issues of freedom and conscience, the principle lead to the Dignitatis Humanae remains profoundly relevant, urging a respect, engagement among diverse beliefs. That would be all. Thank you.